We have Dean's family heirloom, a 1968 Mustang here, and tomorrow it's going into a car show. While it looks great from 100 feet away, the judges are going to be going over this thing with a fine-tooth comb. So we're going to show you how to clean it. Cleaning a car show car is a little bit different than cleaning your daily driver. So now we're going to show you the little tiny details that the judges are going to pick out and how to get these things clean without doing damage to the vehicle. Dean stores this in the garage, but he does drive this thing, so it does have a layer of dust all over it, which I'm sure Brett can show some B-roll shots of. So something a little bit different than we wouldn't normally do on like a daily driven vehicle, but we'll do it here, is we're just gonna take a leaf blower and just blow off any excess dust we can get. Any dust we can get off without touching it, without wetting it, doing anything. It's just gonna make our job easier, so we're gonna see what we can get off with a leaf blower first. The first step in cleaning a car show car is to start with the dirtiest part of the vehicle, which is mostly the wheels. If the engine bay on this is really dirty, I probably would start with the engine bay, but the engine bay is already pretty clean on this. So starting with the wheels here, and as you can see, they got quite a bit of brake dust on them. So what we want to do is be able to break down that brake dust, and you'll see a common theme throughout today's video. A lot of the stuff we're using the chemistry to be able to break down the soils on the car so we don't have to touch it as much. The less we can touch it, the less chances are of scratching it. So for that, we have the iron remover that's going to go and break down the brake dust. I'll spray this on here. And this iron remover, when you spray it on, it's blue, but it turns orange when it reacts with iron. And brake dust has a ton of iron in it. So it's going through, you can see that's just breaking down the iron really quickly. And it's going to make that much easier to remove from the wheel. Then to break down some of these silicones in the tire, the iron remover does have surfactants in there that can break down some of those silicones in the tire, but the wheel cleaner has just a lot more dedicated surfactants for breaking down silicones on tires. So we're going to use the wheel cleaner here on the actual tire. I'm going to give that a second to set. Now we're going to go through with a wheelbarrow brush and we're going to scrub in between each of the spokes. The nice part is the iron remover has already kind of broken down that brake dust, so it's super easy just to release from the surface. And with the wheelbarrow brush, we're actually able to get all the way in the back to get in the barrel of the wheels. So you just kind of go in, give it a little side to side. And you can also tell that it has a lot of tire shine because silicone will break down foam. It won't allow it to like foam up. So if we watch, now I'm brushing this down, I'll pressure wash it off. I'll spray it again with the wheel cleaner, and when I brush it, you'll see it'll actually start to foam up. And that's how we know we're kind of getting down to like the bare rubber of the tire. It's not just the silicone on there still. As you can see now, as I'm brushing it, you'll see it's getting a lot foamier. And you can tell you removed a lot of that silicone off because silicones make foam less stable. It essentially pops all the bubbles in the foam. So if you're going through and you start to see it suds up like this, you know you're getting down to just the bare rubber. You don't have silicone sitting on top. I'll pressure wash that off. You can see how nice and clean this comes. Now you can see how nice and clean that rubber is. So then when we dry that tire off, apply a tire shine, it's on a base layer of rubber. It's not a buildup of tire shine. What's nice about that also is when you're driving to the car show, you're not going to have sling coming off the tires because it's not silicone sitting on top of silicone. It'll be bonded to the tire. Now let's go around and clean the rest of the tires. Now the wheels are clean. The next step we're going to do is something I also wouldn't do with a daily driver normally, but we're going to do is a pre-rinse the vehicle. Two reasons for this. One, to kind of get as much of that layer of dust off before we put any chemical on, so the chemical's interacting directly with contaminants that are bonded to the paint, not just sitting on top of it. And two, if the temperature of the paint is fine, but if the car had any kind of heat to it, a lot of times show cars are older cars, and sometimes they don't have clear coats that are all that thick. It's just a good practice to make sure the paint's nice and cool, clean as you can get it. So we're just gonna go through and pre-rinse the vehicle before we put any chemical on it. Like we said earlier, we're going to use the chemistry to clean this car first off before we end up touching it. So what we're going to use is our pre-soak here. Fortunately, we only have it in 5 gallons right now because this is designed for the car wash industry, but if you'd like to see us sell it in a smaller size, put it in the comments down below. We're only going to need 2 ounces of this into our foam cannon. And what this is going to do is when we spray it onto the paint, it's going to start breaking down the soils on the surface, releasing them from the clear coat. So that way, when we pressure wash it off then, we're getting 98% of the dirt off the vehicle. So when we come through with the contact wash, we're really minimizing any kind of soils we can be dragging around the paint. All right, now that we've used the chemistry to break down all the soils on the paint, the car's pretty much clean, but we're gonna go through with the contact wash just to make sure it is show car clean for us. For that, we're gonna use a nice high lubricity soap like Moab, put a little bit of that in a foam cannon. We also put a little bit in a bucket there. We'll go through foam cannon the car, and it's absolutely crucial with any vehicle you clean, but especially on a show car one, make sure your wash mitt is nice and clean. You can't have this thing just laying in your garage and think it's nice and clean. You'll probably have dust on it. If you're worried about it, wash it in a wash machine. At the very least, dunk it in a bucket. Make sure it can release all those soils from the wash mitt. I'm gonna go through, spray this car down with foam, and then we'll give it a contact wash. Now, for anyone that's brand new to car washing or car washing chemistry, we'll talk a little bit about the differences in the soaps and what they're designed to do. So you'll have soaps like our pre-soak that we put on there first that are meant to go onto the car, break down soils, and be rinsed off. Not so much adding a ton of lubricity for contact washes. Then you have something like Moab that we're using right now, that its primary purpose is to add a lot of lubricity so that when you're sliding your mat or your mitt over top of the car, it reduces any kind of scratching you can have. There's also washes like our hybrid ceramic car wash, which are designed to clean the car, but then also leave protection behind. So if you weren't gonna come through and use a dedicated detailer afterwards, the hybrid ceramic car wash would be able to be one to go through, clean it up, leave protection behind. That's something I use more on daily drivers. Make sure you stick around to the end though, because there's a crucial step at the end that's really gonna make this car pop, and it's really gonna make it look different than any other car sitting on the lot that doesn't have that step done to it. And we're also gonna show you, after you do all this prep, once you actually get to the car show, there's some other things you need to do there as well. Probably the most important parts are yet to come. All right, so now for the drying process, a little bit differently than we normally do, but we're gonna do a two-part drying process. So we're gonna go through first and blow dry it. All right, so now we reached one of the most important parts of the entire thing. And honestly, if your car was clean already, you need to wash it. This is the most common step you'll see people doing at car shows. You wanna grab a quick detailer. Today we're using Speed Bead because it's got a carnauba wax. If you're not too familiar with detailers and the nuances of them, something that has carnauba wax in it will typically give paint more of a warmer glow to it. If you use something like a hybrid ceramic detailer or a sealant, typically it's like a cooler glow. And we're talking a very nuanced thing, so if you don't really have a great attention to detail, you're probably gonna be like, I don't know the difference, or I don't see a difference. But someone that really is analyzing the paint like a judge at a car show, they'll kind of see those little nuances. So what's nice, the car doesn't have to be perfectly dry. Like there are still spots where you have water. And Speed Bead can be a really nice drying aid as you're using it. Rather than coming through normally like we normally would with a towel dragging across the paint, we're gonna use the Speed Bead and some microfibers. So that way we can go through all the little nooks and crannies, make sure they're all nice and shiny. Every surface is gonna be coated with a nice layer of carnauba wax, really add that glow to it. Now we have the rest of the vehicle all cleaned up. Now we're gonna just touch up the engine bay area here. So what we're gonna do is we'll use a little bit of this trim clean, which is essentially just like a foaming all-purpose cleaner. It's gonna spray down the valve cover, some of the distributor wires. Don't spray it directly on the distributor. While it's just foaming, it's hard for it to like kind of penetrate in there. It's just good practice not to get that distributor wet. So spray these down. And I'm gonna spray down the rest of these areas as well. We'll just come through with a microfiber and wipe these down. If they're real filthy, we could spray these and then take a brush and just kind of brush every little piece of it. Honestly, there's just a little bit of dust on them, so I'm not super worried about it. Now there's obviously levels to every car show. If this is like a concours level detail, all the metal pieces be coming out, being hand polished. They would be shining every little surface, make sure it's absolutely perfect with metal polishes and making sure all the paint is shining underneath the engine bay just like it is on the exterior of the car. That's not the case of this car show. This car is driven, it's not just for show. So we're just sprucing it up here, making it look presentable. And that's why we're doing the level of clean we're doing on this engine bay. All right, now that we got all the plastics cleaned up inside here, we're just gonna go and treat them all with trim shine. So I'll spray on the valve covers, some of the rubber hoses, plastics, things like that. And then the final step we're gonna go through is speed bead and wipe down all the painted surfaces so it has a nice layer of carnauba wax over top of them. Now dress up these tires. What we're gonna do is put tire shine on the tires, and then I'll show you the next step here as well when we do the rim. So we got that on there. We're gonna let that set up for just a second. If you have like these alloy wheels where it has like the glossier areas, I'll typically just take a shine spray. You can use trim shine for this as well. I just prefer our shine spray for this one because it's a finer mist. It's not quite as wet when it touches the surface, so it's really lays nicely. You see putting that on there, it just makes those wheels pop. Like it has an extra layer of shine to it. And now, it's not 100% necessary, but for something like this, I usually like to go through and wipe the tire shine into the tire. With wiping it down, you can obviously see it gets into all the little grooves nicely. It makes a nice low sheen on the tire, and also just cuts out any probability of there ever being any sling. Typically with more shine, as long as the tire is clean and dry, you spray that on there, you won't get sling from it. But you can imagine this wheel's spinning thousands of times a minute. If you put anything on something that has that much centrifugal force, it's eventually going to find its way off. So if you put too much more shine on there, it'll sling off just like anything else. But 1 or 2 times on the tire, let it sit and dry. You shouldn't have any problems with sling. But wiping it, there's just no chance of it ever happening. Now for quite possibly the most important part of doing this entire detail, because there's nothing like spending all this time cleaning up your car, getting ready for a car show. You go drive it to the car show and you end up hitting bugs in the front or bird poop on the hood or just light drizzle in the whole car. All the work you did looks like it was for nothing. So when you go to the car show, make sure you have like a little bucket or something to hold 2 microfibers and a waterless wash. And the waterless wash is important because it can clean anything from bird poop by spraying it on, wiping it off, but also has a little bit of protective layer, kind of like the speed bead does. So if you got dust on the car, you got bird poop on the car, bug splatters, water spots from rain, anything like that can all be safely cleaned off with a waterless wash. All you do is you spray it onto the paint, you take a fluffy microfiber like this, and when you wipe, you peel it, and then that would transfer the dirt all across the towel. And you go to a new edge, peel it, then you can unfold it. And you don't have to unfold it every single time if it's pretty much clear paint like this, but if it was like bird poop or something, wipe that off, go to a new side, make sure it's nice and clean. But having this little sucker in the back seat of the car with a couple microfibers can save you a whole lot of headache by keeping that thing clean throughout the day for you. And the microfibers specifically, you'll see these are super big and fluffy. These are 500 GSM. Why it's important to have a big fluffy one is because the fibers are nice and long. So if you were to have bird poop or dust or dirt, they can get trapped deep inside these and it still leaves the surface for you to be able to clean with. If you have like a lower GSM microfiber that's not quite as long and plush, that dirt kind of stays on the surface of it, so it's kind of ruined. You can't really wipe with it then. So get yourself 2 big fluffy microfibers, a waterless wash, throw that in your trunk, and you'll be ready for whatever the car show throws at you. Now we got the outside all cleaned up. We're gonna just spruce up these windows inside and out. Of course, the inside of the vehicle is just as important as the outside of the vehicle. So if you'd like to see how we would get a car show ready for the interior of a car, let us know in the comments down below. We'll make another video on that. But that's all there is for this one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Did you enjoy that video? Well, guess what? We got more of them. There's probably one on your screen right now. Give it a click and check it out.